into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. Taking a look at today's start. First pitch coming your way next. Just a little bit away from first pitch. Getting the nod in this one, Ranger Suarez. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is that he comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses, and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
Way out front for strike two. Suarez with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Outside.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or two of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. That one the other way. Jimenez in plenty of time to first. One up, one down. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. 1 point of concern hitting in that 2-hole. Adley Rutschman.
Yeah, he's really slumping at the plate right now. Not only is he having a hard time finding any base hits, he's just not finding a way to get on base either. Sometimes a walk can get you back on track. Less than a .250 on-base percentage over his last 10 games. So that kind of tells me that he's jumpy, he's not recognizing the pitches, and he's out of his plate discipline. I got to think he's looking for ways to try to simplify that approach. And I think if you can just let the ball travel a little bit deeper, make sure you see it, that will help you to put good ABs together. And even if you don't get hits, you'll draw some walks.
Perdomo on to first. 2 quick outs at the top of the first here tonight. And now, Brent Rooker. Rooker went deep in his most recent game. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Varsho after it. Corrals it. And that's the third out. Orioles nothing. Blue Jays coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And today's starting pitcher, Kyle Bradish. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, he's been giving up a lot of hard contact this season. I mean, coming in, guys are hitting comfortably in the high 200s. So many times there's some bad luck, but then also there's just a little miss here or a little miss there that changes the outcome of the at-bat. We'll see if he can be consistent and make adjustments quickly in this one.
Now, Geraldo Perdomo. Swinging a foul out of play. And that's outside. And that's ball one. On the ground to the left. Foul. And that's just foul. That hit him.
That got him.
And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. So digging in, Ernie Clement. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. That one ripped. And that gets down into the gap. And that's a double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Dangerous hitter coming to the plate. And next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Golden opportunity right here. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Base runners at second and third here. No outs. On the inside corner for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Tap foul at the plate. Yeah, that's fouled off.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Second and third, one away as we play game one of this 4-game series. Two on, one out. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately. Currently owns a 7-game hitting streak.
And there's a curve through for a strike. And that one upstairs, ball one. Perdomo on third. Clement at second with 2 gone. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1-2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Two outs. And there's a ball.
2-2.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now in Toronto. Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Right fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Suarez back to work. Foul ball there. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1. That one missed.
Down.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that one pulled foul. And here's a 3-2. And there's ball 4.
That's low. Ball
and
4.
that's
Take
their
your base.
first base runner of the game.
Well, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
In the dirt. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. They get one.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at-bat.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Luis Arraez stands in. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. His 9th homer of the year. The Orioles strike first. It's 2-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Base is empty, one away. So next to hit for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. Swings through that one.
You know, it didn't take Mountcastle long to make a splash at the major league level. In 2021, he became the first rookie to lead the Orioles in home runs since Kurt Blefary in 1965.
Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. One out, bases empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And now Gunnar Henderson. That one misses. And 1-1. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here at the top of the second. The shortstop takes the ball. That misses, and the count's full.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hard hit left side. The throw to first, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. Bottom of the second. Now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about him. That's a good thing.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. First pitch just misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
One down, base is empty. That's inside, and it's 2-0. Swing and a pop-up foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. And they're on the board. It's 2-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Andres Jimenez. That misses. Ball one. Right through there for a strike. One out, base is empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one ripped left field. That's back there. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. And into second with one away. That's a double.
He was all over that one. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. And that drops in for a strike. Outside low. Ball one. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Ball outside. And the throw out at third.
Well, I could see he had a big lead out there at second base, so it wasn't a shock when he took off. But trying to steal third right there, it's kind of risky, man. You're already in scoring position, so you've got to make sure that you can make it there safely. That wasn't the case.
3-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
And the inning is over. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Schwarber hitting ninth in today's lineup. And he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. Down and away for ball one.
1-0.
Curve in the dirt.
3-0.
Next offering is in for a strike. Right side, hard hit. Fires over to Guerrero. Schwarber out of the play.
Now batting, left fielder Taylor Ward.
So the batting order turns over. Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Orioles. He's 0 for 1. And that one off the outside edge. that's way high. Ball 2.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. And now 2-2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. On to first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Rutschman at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
0-2.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Up with it, fires to first. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Back here at Rogers Center, set for the bottom of the third. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Geraldo Perdomo. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1.
Ball. 2-0.
Ripped to short. Henderson over to first in time. And a quick out, number 1. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Doubled his first time. Ball 1 there.
1-0.
That's a slider for a strike.
1-1.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. O'Neill makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Ball 1, no strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. Did not go. And a swing and a miss.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Struck out swinging his first time. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Guerrero around second, headed for third, headed for the plate. The relay throw. He'll score easily. It's 2-2.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
next is the designated hitter, Nathan Lucas. That's hard hit on the line. And that ends the inning. The Jays push across a run on this double. 2-2 game. You're watching Orioles baseball on the show, Mid-Atlantic. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. Fouled off. He was late. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
O'Neill batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Right through there for a strike. That's off the mark. 1-2 to count. Good job to fight that one off. All tied up. Top half of inning number 4. Ripped on the ground a second, and he can't come up with it. And he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
On the ground, could be 2. Throws to second for 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. We are tied 2-2. And we're back. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Clips the corner. That's strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
1-1.
Up and in, and the count is 1-1.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. And there's a ball. And that's off the inside edge. 3-2 now. Tyler Wells is forced to the mound after the injury.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper. Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
In the air, left field, down the line, puts it away for the out. Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. And that is out of play. Fought off foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
So 2 down now, and here is Miles Straw. Popped up right side. Arise has it sized up. And that is that. Blue Jays held in check, and this game is still tied at 2-2. Ready now for the 5th inning, and here is Luis Arias. Suarez back to work. Grounds one to short. Tosses to first. One away here in the 5th.
Up next for the Orioles, first baseman Ryan.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Next offering in there for a strike. Strike one.
1-1.
Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the 5th. And now 1 and 2.
1-2 count.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One down, base is empty. And now it's even up.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Inside. Full count now. And a base hit up the middle. So a man aboard now with one away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. 112 miles per hour. The ball seemed to explode off the bat right there. He put everything together on that swing, so that's one of those knocks that feels a little extra sweet.
And next for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Varsho sizes this one up. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch, and he just misses. Swing and a miss, strike one. Mountcastle, the runner at first with 2 gone. To third. They get the force. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. And the Orioles leave 1. Score remains 2-2. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Geraldo Perdomo. fastball in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these Jays, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success, but at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
1 away. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. 1 for 2. There's a strike. And a foul ball. A changeup missing. Going to count 1 and 2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And a foul ball. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
The 0-2. Center field. And that'll do it. So they make short work of them there. 5 innings complete. We are tied 2-2. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. That's in for a strike. Ward goes 6'1", 32 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Safe at second with nobody out, and that double has the go-ahead run in scoring position.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Here's Adley Rutschman. On the ground, right side. Jimenez throws to first in time. Rutschman retired.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brent Rooker will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. Late swing, fouled off. And that misses. And that's ball 1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Brendan Little, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Rodriguez warming up as well. Ripped on a line to center. Makes the grab. And there are 2 down. To the plate. Save. 3-2. They take the lead.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Tyler O'Neill getting ready to hit. That one outside, and it's 1-0. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Next one misses. 3-1 now. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Ranger Suarez will depart, and they trail as he exits, but he kept them close. A new arm will be on the mound after the break. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Jimmy Garcia.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westburg. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. Swings and misses. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
O'Neal off of first with 2 away. And that one a little below the knees, and the count is 1-2. Outside with a breaking ball. That one hit to right. Strong makes the catch, and that is that. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Orioles 3 and the Blue Jays 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Dalton Varsho. In the dirt, and that's ball 1. That's out to center field. Rooker sizing this one up. Brings it in. And there's 1 away. So now here's the DH, Nathan Lucas. And he takes a strike.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
Late swing, foul to the left. 1 down, base is empty. Not close with that one. Now 1-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
That's off the inside corner. 2-2.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Just misses. And it's 3-2. Blue Jays down a run. Fouled off. And they'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball. Slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up. Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
So up next, Davis Schneider. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. With the tying run on at first, here in the bottom of the 6th. Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Misses off the plate, and a count 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a swing and a miss. That's the 2nd out. So up next for Toronto, Brandon Valenzuela. He's already homered here in this one. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. And another ball. Flying drive. That's a base hit out of the left center field. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Andres Jimenez digs in now. Swings and misses. 0-1.
0-1.
That crosses the plate, and now they're just 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. And the pitch.
That's a ball.
2 aboard, 2 outs. That's down and in.
2-2.
That one misses, and now it's 3-2. So both runners should be on the move here on the full count pitch.
Yeah, this is a good chance to tie up this ball game. See if he can find some open grass in the outfield.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that's a foul ball. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. That is the inning. 2 left on. We're through 6 full. It's the Orioles 3 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, number 56.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Well, 1-run game. Luis Arias now at the plate. He's already homered in this game. Ground ball to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Now batting, first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle.
Ryan Mountcastle, the next to hit for the Orioles. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And that one fouled off. Oh, 0-2 now. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away here in the top half of inning number 7. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. He's turned into one of the best shortstops in the game. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
Swung on, belted. Going back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down that time. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Orioles 3 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. That's in there, and that's strike 1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. That K is his third of the game. A big first out here in the seventh via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Geraldo Perdomo. There's the strike.
It's 0-1.
Trying to hold a one-run lead here at the bottom of the seventh. That's a strike. 0-2 now.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball inside. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where pitchers would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
In the air, left field, Ward. Squeezes it, 2 away. And next for Toronto.
That's ball 4.
Back now in Toronto, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Dalton. Coming on for the Orioles, Brian King.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Yeah, that's fouled off. That misses the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Back there. Banks off the wall. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. Line drive, base hit. Will comes back in. The tying run stops at third with nobody out.
What if they're looking to be aggressive and got something he can handle? Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it. So now,
oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He flexes his power with that swing. His 18th home run of the season, and they lead it. It's 5-3. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Pitch misses there. 2-0.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. O'Neill puts it away for the out. 1 down.
Now batting, second baseman.
And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. 1 for 3. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
No balls, 1 strike.
Back and forth we go. A seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 in this one.
Right through there for a strike.
Lined in the left center, base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order. Geraldo Perdomo next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it falls. And now first and second with 2 outs. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Fastball for a strike. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. There's the strike of the knees.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall.
And base hit. The throw in. And he's out.
Got him. That's
Cut
out.
down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Yeah, the batter now, Brent Rooker. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
0-2.
And delivers outside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Next pitch is outside.
2-2.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
He swings and fouls one off. One down, base is empty. Strike 2.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Outside. And the count 1-2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Got him. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing beatings.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe trying to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Westberg now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they're creeping into my mind right now.
0-2.
This could end it. And they'll do it again.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
And that skips in the dirt. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that'll do it.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs at the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew.